Y'all missing what was written in them pages. That was history they wrote, now you wanna change it. You racist, you hate this. Why you want us all to be locked up in cages? I can't stand the left, everything they say's depressing. Ship them to the Middle East, they can learn oppression. Believe me, I mean this quite literal. I love liberty, but I hate white liberals. Wear a mask, stay home, complain and moan. Talk about privilege on your phone in your Range Rover, Starbucks, mango, foo-foo, whatever. The cloth I'm cut from can handle any weather. You just paper in the rain, we ain't the same. Stand for the flag, only kneel when I pray. I just pray we go back to the old days, land of the free, home of the brave.
The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town.
All right. We got a little Tom McDonald, Adam Calhoun, Nova Rockefeller. Has anybody had enough yet? Have we had enough? That's my question I just keep asking. It's like, when is it going to be enough? When are we going to have enough of this bullshit? I mean, I've been saying walk away for quite some time now. I haven't changed my mind one single bit. Not at all. I mean, this is nonsense. You know, J.P. Morgan's saying that we're looking at $6 national average gas by August. All right. Washington State's already, they're gearing up for $10. Okay, so you know what that's going to be in California. I mean, dude, this has gotten so fucking far out of control. I mean, this is ridiculous. I want to know who the hell approves. Who approves? Sound off. Who approves of what's going on right now? Who's down with what's happening? Who's in? Who's in on this shit? I'd like to know. Because quite frankly, I don't know anybody that is. I mean, I wasn't in on it. I've not been in on it for a long, long fucking time. I mean, I think the last time that I was actually kind of hype about a fucking election was maybe with Ronald Reagan, because I was a stupid second grader that didn't know a damn thing. You know, I wasn't happy about George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr., Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. Like I said, the only good thing he ever did was, you know, let my boy Pook out. And a bunch of other cats that I knew too. I mean, that was about it, you know. I mean, the dude won a Nobel Peace Prize and he ran us out of bombs. You know, I mean, you say what you want to. I don't care. You can say what you want to. Guess what? That's part of your right of, that's part of your, it's part of the thing, you know, the thing. Your right to say whatever you want. You disagree with me? Great. Awesome. Let's have a conversation. But I see what's going on right now, and this is just nonsensical. And I have a feeling that this is all by design. Now, it's just a little ironic, I guess, that Gates came out and said we were going to have some kind of a smallpox thing. Now we got monkeypox. Monkeypox. Who in the fuck has ever heard of monkeypox? Anybody? Maybe I'm just an ignoramus. I'd never heard of any fucking monkeypox. But now monkeypox is a thing. And we've got the BA5 or whatever it is now. That's the new variant sweeping across the country. And here we go again. And you got goofball sitting up there. Well, you need to wear it. We might have to go back to the mask. I don't know. I got these warts all over my ass and genitalia. Is anybody sick of listening to that little fucking cookie gnome yet? I mean, shouldn't we just tell him to shut the fuck up and he's fired? Like, there's 340 million of us. Who out there is sick and tired of listening to the cookie gnome? I've had it. And I've had the Rona twice. And I've had it with him. He didn't do anything to help me out with it. You know what I mean? I helped myself with that shit. So, you know, and the same with that cardigan sweater wearing motherfucking, who knows what the fuck he's got his hands into. I hesitate to even make any kind of guess on that one. I do know that his wife of however many years decided to tell him to kick rocks, though, because of his escapades with his homeboy down there that suicided himself. And his it was like what his head IT guy, they found CP on his computer. It's questionable. Kind of weird that cardigan guy and suicided guy, when suicided guy suicided himself, that cardigan guy's head of security was the executor of suicide guy's estate. Is that not an odd connection? Is there any reason that, I mean, you got to think about it. Why would cardigan guy's wife of all those years decide to divorce him because of what he was doing with suicided guy? Just saying, folks, you connect the dots here and it gets a little kooky, gets a little spooky, gets a little weird, you know? And you had him coming out earlier. And by the way, cardigan guy got the Rona. Jimmy Kimball got the Rona twice in 2 weeks. Stephen Colbert got it twice in 3 weeks, which good for him. I mean, you know, good for Stephen Colbert. I mean, he did that little song and dance thing, and he you know, he's turned into some kind of a weird little thespian. I don't know what kind of an androgynous human being the guy used to be funny. Like, he used to be kind of funny. He used to be prescient. He used to be like in the moment. He used to be relevant. Now he might as well be sitting on Keith Olbermann's lap, you know, giving him a lap dance. Here you go, Keith. I know you like those glasses. I mean, these people are just absolutely insane. They're out of their minds. And we just sit here and just watch all this crap go on. Oh, no, I'll just pay $7 a gallon for fuel. Heard it was up to $8 yesterday in California. Pook, hit me up. Let me know what you're paying out there, man. I mean, I filled up last week, and I really haven't been driving anywhere on purpose. I think I went to Powell to get a mic stand. That was about it. And, shout out Jared Whitney, Kristen Currier Whitney, Josh Robertson, Summer Lazenby. It was a great couple of nights there having you guys all on the show. If you guys watched last night, we had a little snafu. I don't know what I did, but Restream was going through my phone, and I tried to shut it off, and then I lost everything with Summer in the conversation. But we're going to pick that up again here. So anyway, I didn't even really get into much of the stuff that I wanted to discuss with her, but we will get there. You know, what are we going to do here? Okay, this is the crazy thing right here. This is a number I picked up today, is that Hispanic people in this country, their approval rate is 26% for Biden. Now, what's up with that? You got to ask yourself a question there, folks, because we're talking about Hispanic Americans, 26%. Now, what's Biden doing with trying to just having the open fucking border shit? Okay, now granted, Title 42, it needs to go, because what it was put in there, it was put into effect because of the Rona. So there needs to be a path for people seeking citizenship to this country. And all these politicians, these pundits, they act like it's so goddamn difficult to come up with this. It's not that hard. It's because they want to attach their little riders to it, and they want to have their little lobbyists, and, you know, get their little monies, you know what I'm saying? And they can't vote this way and can't vote that way, because they're a bunch of little babies. They are worse than preschoolers. These idiots that we have in Washington, D.C. are literally preschoolers. That's how they behave. Look at Chuck Schumer. He's out there threatening Supreme Court justices. You know, I saw him. I was literally like 6 feet from him a few years back. And I show you the picture because I snapped the photo. It's on my Instagram. I was sitting there. I'm sitting there with my kid, and we're getting ready to get on a plane out of DCA. And I look up, and there he is, standing right in front of me with all these little nitwits, all surrounded. Oh, hello, Senator. And this was right after he'd done his crocodile tears thing that Trump beat him up on, you know. And I'm just sitting there. I'm watching. I'm looking. I'm like, oh. I mean, I really had some things to say to that man, but I was like, you know what, dude? I got a 7-year-old kid here sitting next to me. We're getting on a flight to go back home. I was like, I'm just going to shut up and just watch it. So I just snapped a photo. I mean, boy, what a pathetic human being. That dude is so worthless. He is absolutely worthless. I mean, I can't even imagine that guy being put in some kind of a situation, you know, that his slick talking, whiny ass mouth couldn't get him out of. Why do you keep voting for that moron, New York? Wake up, people. Stop voting for incumbents. No more. Guess what? Rand Paul got himself on the list. Okay? Rand Paul, Kentucky, keep it going. And Thomas Massey, you know? And as far as I'm concerned right now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I thought she was fringe and weird and kind of goofy, but you know what? Hey, she's all about it. You know what I mean? When she's coming out and she is speaking out on the side of anti-war, anybody that wants to talk anti-war and not being involved with this, I mean, we are at war right now by proxy. Do you understand that, folks? Do you understand why there's no baby formula? Do you understand why everything is going through the fucking roof? Do you understand why you're paying $6, $7 a gallon for fuel? Look at what the ruble's doing. Everybody just gets behind what these people do. You just get behind it. Oh, well, he's going to put sanctions on Russia. The ruble is performing better than any currency in the world right now. How'd those sanctions work out for you? Huh? Pretty good, huh? Oh yeah, Joe Biden's gonna put some sanctions on him. Joe Biden couldn't put sanctions on himself. Joe Biden can't dress himself. Joe Biden doesn't even know where he wakes up in the morning. He doesn't know who his wife is. He doesn't know where, he doesn't even know where 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is. He has to have one of these cards like what I use for know something. He has to have one of those put in his coat pocket every morning. It says what his wife's name is, what his name is, where he's waking up, and what he's got to do that day. Other than like eat like little half sandwiches with the crust cut off and, you know, whatever else he likes, ice cream cones and sniffing little girls' hair. That's not allegedly, we've all seen it. He's a hair sniffer. That's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty suspect. I don't know about the hair sniffing thing. I mean, I don't know. I've had my nostrils in some hair before, but I mean, creepy. Talking about his hairy legs in the swimming pool and how it glistened. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? This is the guy. This is your guy. The guy that talked about being in the swimming pool and then having kids climb on his legs because he had hairy legs. And I mean, that was the most disgusting. It was almost impossible. I mean, every time I hear it, I just turn it off because I can't even listen to it because it's so fucking disgusting. It's disgusting. And nobody even knows what the hell's on old Hunty's fucking little laptop. They won't release that. The other thing that they're not putting out is the manifesto from that deranged kid that carried out the atrocities in Buffalo. And they're trying, everybody's trying to blame a certain, news person for this whole thing. You can't blame him for this. There's nowhere that he ever said anything about this. This is something that Bill Clinton even talked about. Hillary Clinton talked about. Obama talked about. They talked about this whole stupid replacement thing that they're talking about. This has been a Democratic talking point for years, okay? And the way that it's been brought up by a certain pundit has not been anything other than it's been, you have to look at the context, okay? The context is that he's talking about the fact that dipshit wants to open up the borders and just let everybody run roughshod into this country so he can, him and his little party can get the votes. Him and his little Marxists, they're not socialists. We already live in a socialist society, okay, people? I mean, if you're in denial about that, then we need to go back to square one, okay? Because what do you think police departments are, fire departments are, hospitals are, libraries are, public schools? What do you think that is? What do you think your sales tax is? What do you think your federal income tax is? It's socialism, folks. We already live in a socialist society, and you can call it capitalism all you want, but you're just blowing smoke up your own ass, and that's got to be an uncomfortable position to be in, because that can't be fun, okay? If you don't think we live in a socialist society already, then you're just as out of your mind as Corn Pop is, or whatever its fucking name is. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that the police, the fire department, the hospitals, your EMTs, your ambulances, anything that's considered public works, guess what, folks? That's socialism. When you vote to raise the sales tax by, a penny, to fund the new library or the new swimming pool, guess what? That's socialism. Okay, this, y'all put a dysphomistic, terminology on that. Now let me ask you this. We just sent $40 billion. We're going to send $40 billion. Or it's not going to Ukraine, people. Hello? Anybody? You in there? Fucking idiots. I already read off where this money was going. 19.7 billion going to the Department of Defense. Guess how much is going to Ukraine? 6 billion out of the 40. And where do you think that's going to go? Who do you think is going to get their hands on that? What even is it? How are we sending 40 billion? I mean, what is the budget for the State Department this year? Anybody look at that? Anybody even have a clue what's going on here? Do you understand that you're being hijacked? Do you understand that your kids are being hijacked? That's what's more irritating than anything. The fact that not only am I sitting here on the hook for this, I don't care because I'm not paying any of it. Come get it, Can't get blood out of a turnip. You can make a turnip wish it could bleed, but guess what? You already have. And I'm not scared of it. I mean, guess what? The product of my labor does not belong to this fucking government. Period. The products of my labor do not belong to the government, and neither do yours. We all work hard. We do what we do. We scrape, we hustle, we get by. We try to pay bills, and it's getting worse and worse by the day. And it's at the point where this thing's going to just fucking collapse. And that's what they want. They want that more so than anything. We have a bunch of geriatric mushheads running this thing. Where's Kamal at? Where'd she disappear to? Not that I want to even see her. I mean, listen to her repeat herself over and over again. I mean, she's like fucking Barney or she's like some weird, PBS fucking Saturday morning cartoon character. Talking about Jesus Christ. I mean, she just repeats herself over and over again. I mean, the only time I ever heard her have a coherent conversation was when she was talking about arresting and incarcerating homeless parents who didn't get their kids to school and that were truant. And she thought that was the best thing ever while she's out there smoking weed. Look at the district she's from. How they doing? San Francisco is one of the most dangerous places, in America right now. San Francisco used to be one of my favorite places to go. I used to love to go hang out there in San Francisco, We'd go down to the Haight-Ashbury. We'd go to the Haight Street Festival. We'd go down there to Golden Gate Park, hang out, kick it, kick hacky sack. It was always fun, Now it's dangerous. It was probably dangerous then, but it was like nothing like this shit is. The Tenderloin is one of the most dangerous places on the planet. I shouldn't say on the planet, but in this country it is. Other than maybe, neighborhoods in Detroit and shit like that, but, and then we have this shit that kicks off, with this deranged kid, and then everybody wants to throw the whole white supremacy thing on it. And they want to say that, he got all his information from 4chan. Well, I've never looked at 4chan until today. And I got on there and I looked at it. And let me tell you what, there's some dumb motherfuckers on there. Straight up. If you are stupid enough to listen to any of the dumb shit what I read today, I've never been on there in my life. I scrolled down through it a couple pages. And I thought, what in the hell what would an 18-year-old kid even be doing looking at that? Because to me, I'm 46. I'm pushing 50 years old, right? I do research and stuff all day. I read through shit. Reading through that was retarded. Sorry, I used the R word. It was stupid. These people can't even spell. And so what you have to look at is you have to look at a system that has produced a young person that, if this is what they're saying, that this kid was susceptible to this, then you know what? We've failed. All of us. And I'd like you to all go looking, okay? Now, I'm not going to say hearts and prayers or hearts and thoughts or any of this shit, because it doesn't change a goddamn thing. Okay? I wish that all of you that had family members that were needlessly shot on May 14th at that Tops in Buffalo, New York. I really wish that didn't happen, and I wish that you weren't going through this right now. But me saying hearts and thoughts and hearts and prayers and condolences, it doesn't do a fucking thing. Me saying I'm sorry. I'm not sorry because I didn't have anything to do with it. The thing is that I wish you weren't going through this. I really do. It's needless. It's senseless. But as a society, it's our fault. That's my point. As a society, this is our fault. Okay? It doesn't. This isn't white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Native American. Okay? We've got to get past that. That shit has got to go. Okay? Until we do that, until we get past that, none of this changes. None of this gets better. And guess what? There are people out there that don't want it to get better. There are people out there that don't want you and I to recognize one another as human beings and individuals and people and call each other by our name. There are people out there that want us to define each other based on the color of their skin. Like I've said, color of my skin changes daily. That's how easy that can happen. It doesn't matter. We are human beings. We are people. And until we wake the fuck up and start caring about one another, and that's what I'm saying. I want to read that manifesto. I have a young man in my home that I've had custody of for 9 years. He doesn't have a mother. He's got me. Think about that. I want to know what that kid had to write, because I want to see it, and I want to look at the social media, and I want to find out where he was getting this stuff from, because just as easy as this kid got this information or whatever they're saying that he got, I want to find out. I want to know, where did this kid come up with this bullshit? Who was he getting it from? He was already, he had already been he already had a psych eval. He'd already told his teacher or whatever the fuck that he was planning on, he had murderous thoughts. This kid should have been on an FBI watch list. So you can't sit here and blame a news personality who, for one thing, has never said anything about any of this type of shit. If anybody has spoken hate and vitriol and garbage, it's these left-leaning, news organizations. It hasn't been the individual that you're talking about. You idiots over there, wake up. Wake up, you fucking morons. You woke fucking, come on. I would encourage any of you that consider yourself to be woke to make a comment on the show. Get in touch with me. Let's have a conversation. Come on the show. Let's talk. I won't sit here and come down on you, but we're going to figure out where the hell it is you're coming from and why. What is this deal with, all white people are horrible? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely silly. I don't know any people most of the people I know in this town are white. And I can tell you what, they've treated my best friend with nothing but kindness. These are people that haven't ever met somebody, from a different race. And they, and I was frankly, when my best friend showed up here the first time, I was kind of wondering how it was going to go. I wasn't concerned about it though. I knew it would be fine, but I was a little bit. But you know what? Everybody in this community welcomed him with open arms. They ask me about him all the time. They love that dude just like I do. Just because where'd everybody go with Darryl Brooks? Darryl Brooks he tried to run over his kid's mother. He was out on $1,000 bail, and then he blasts through a police line and just runs down a bunch of people. And we know what his affiliations were. Everybody knows, but there was nothing mention of it, right? It didn't go on like this. Did anybody blame some other news pundit from some other news organization because that dude did that? They all want to call Kyle Rittenhouse a racist. That dude went out there to try and help people. He shot a guy that raped 9 to 11-year-old boys. The other guy was an abuser of women. He was a woman beater. The other guy shouldn't have been anywhere near a firearm. And the kid exercised restraint by shooting him in the bicep instead of killing him. And then the dude got up. That dude, Grosskreutz or whatever the fuck his stupid name was. And you all want to come out and talk about, Kyle Rittenhouse is a right. He grew up there. He lived just a few miles away. He crossed state lines with a firearm. No, he didn't. Come to find out, no. The firearm was kept there under lock and key, and he was legally okay to have it. I tell you what, if I was in that position, was it a great decision to be out there in that thing? Probably not. Probably not the smartest decision. But how many people have made a dumb decision in their life? But then you got a guy that comes out and he's mad about that verdict. It was all white people that were involved in the shootings. One guy is a fucking child molester rapist. Tries to take his gun and he threatened him the night before. And I quote, he told him, "I'm going to fucking kill you if I see you again." That's what JoJo told that kid, right? The other dude hit him with a skateboard. Now, if you want me to get up and pull one of my old skateboards off the wall, I will. And I'll show you what that looks like when you swing one of those sideways at somebody, because he didn't swing it flat edge. And I've talked about this. He swung it with, definitely with malicious intent. And the kid was being chased. They're yelling, get him, cranium him, shit like that. The kid was there just trying to provide medical help for people. And this guy gets behind the wheel, okay, day before, tries to run over his baby's mama at the gas station. He's out on a $1,000 bond. He's got sex offense charges from him stemming from Nevada. And then he goes and just runs over a bunch of people at a Christmas parade because he knows that it's a white community. Did we hear about that for a day? Do you know how many mass shootings there were on the 14th? I encourage you to look it up. Am I condoning in any fucking way whatsoever what that kid did? I'm not even going to say his name, and I know his name. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to even give him any kind of recognition. That's how much I am against and absolutely abhorred by what that fucking kid did. But that's also why I want to read that manifesto. I want to see, regardless of how shitty and abhorrent and terrible it is, I want to read it. And I can't even read it. But yet they're going to say that certain people are responsible for it, but the big tech takes it off. They pull it down. Why'd they pull it down? If it was so bad and it was so incriminating of a certain individual that's on a news channel that y'all hate, why wouldn't they put it up there? Why wouldn't they keep it out there? I think it's because there's something else in there that they don't want any of us to read. I want to see it. I want to see what this young person, this obviously a very sick and screwed up kid, and he's going to face it for the rest of his life. He's going to go into prison. He's going to have a life sentence. You know, he's going to go into segregation. If he gets anywhere near Gen Pop, you know, I mean, and he's going to have to deal with himself. And trust me, as a person that's done time in the shoe, you got a little bit of time to, you know, you either got to get right with yourself or you're going to go buggy and weird. And I got a feeling this kid's going to go buggy and weird. You know, is there redemption for him? I'd say not. I'd say not. I'd say he doesn't have that in his. But you know, I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I'm not the executioner. I'm just an outside observer. I mean, the thing I want is I would like to not ever see one of these stories ever again. I'd like to not see another story about war. We are on this earth for too short of a time to sit here and kill each other, shoot each other. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense. The hatred, the racism, it all needs to go. Think about how long you got here. And your life expectancy is now declining. I mean, what's the life expectancy of a person in the United States, of a man in the United States? That's under 80 years old now. And 80 seems like ancient to me, you know what I mean? I mean, I think my grandfather passed it at 82. I mean, I've seen a lot of people into their upper 90s. They don't want to be around. But, you know, I mean, we don't have a long time here. And so why would we want to take that from somebody else? What good does that do? What good does this war shit do? But yet we manage to keep getting in it, right? We send our young people off to it. We get involved in it. We blow each other. We make weapons to blow each other. We make weapons to blow the fucking planet up. What kind of stupid ass shit is that? And we just sit back and go, okay, I'm just going to vote. Put my sticker on. Well, if they got him, then we better have him. Oh, there's a good justification. I mean, you know, we sit here and we talk Second Amendment and what's to fight tyranny. Well, why do we need tyranny? Why are any of these evils being carried out? Guess what? It's because of greed. It's greed. All these wars, everything, it's all about greed. All of it is. It's about the haves and the have-nots. You have so many crimes that happen because you've got people that don't have anything. Something's got to give. I've been saying this for a long time. Something's got to give here, and the system is not working. It's not working out. How's it working out for you? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Tell me how it's working out for you. Tell me how great this whole thing is working out, how it's playing out. I want to know where the 38% are that are, backing this whole thing. Because this is a joke. And it's been a joke for a long time. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know what I mean? But to sit here and think that the way that, that you're going to get what you need from life is by going in there and voting for one of these onion heads that has no concern for you whatsoever. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. It ain't going to play out. They don't care about you. They don't represent you. They don't give a shit about you. They don't know your name. If they saw you on the street, they wouldn't even stop to talk to you. They'd probably tell you to get away from them. They don't care. They're warmongers. And for the most part, other than a couple of them, they're pieces of shit. They're people I wouldn't piss on if they were on fire. Quite frankly, there's nothing worse than these politicians. There's nothing worse than Mitch McConnell, Mr. Peanut. That dude needs to fucking kick rocks. There's nothing worse than Chuck Schumer. Kick rocks. Nothing worse than Pelosi. Kick rocks. Joe Biden. Kick rocks. Kamal Harris. Kick rocks. Bye. Jerry Nadler. Go on a diet. Beat it. Fathead, ostentatious fucking jerk. These people are just, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care. But you're going to hinge everything that you got on these idiots. That's what's crazy. Is people are ready to fight about it. People are ready to fight about, whether you're going to vote for the orange man or for the Goonie bird that doesn't know what day it is. He reminds me of the fucking Tin Man out of Wizard of Oz. He's actually all the worst characteristics of all those people. This man is a career politician that has never done shit in his entire career. He's plagiarized from day one. He's lied about every single thing. Everything he said, he's lied about. He said, we're going to do a mandatory $15 an hour minimum wage. What happened to that? Nope. We're going to forgive college debt, right? Nope. No more wars. Nope. Now we're in a war by proxy because the goddamn military-industrial complex couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand it. So now we got to be in this war by proxy, and it's mandatory for us to go send these arms over to these fucking Nazis. And everybody's talking about this stupid fucking this steel plant where they're all hiding out. They had civilians down there. They were holding them in front of them. They were using them as human shields. That's the Azov battalion that was in that building. Do you know what the Azov battalion is? Anybody? Bueller? Look it up. Look it up. You're also a genius. Got your Ukrainian flags on your fucking Facebook page, on your stupid Instagram, and your crap chat and everything. I've gone down this route before, and I'm going to say it again. When you have both of those stupid parties in D.C. get on the same side of the fence on something, something's sideways. Now look at our president's connections with what's going on over there. That laptop was real. The big guy is Joe Biden. That idiot crackhead kid of his was pulling in, $85,000 a month for Burisma, working for Burisma. He didn't know anything about the energy industry. Ukraine is the most corrupt country on the planet. Trust me. When I was in federal prison, I had the ex-prime minister holding my fucking spray hose while we sprayed the fucking grass green for the Board of Regents in federal prison. He flew in here with $220 some million that he had taken from Ukraine, and they were probably going to kill him. And he ended up over here. Now he's trying to fight to get his money back. He wasn't even in there for maybe a year or two. Look at this guy that's over there now. Look into it. That's all I'm saying. Do your homework. Wake up. Wise up. Think. I'm not claiming to be some genius, but I can tell you what is I damn sure don't sit here and say anything that I can't back up, okay? And I can sure as hell tell you I don't, what's going on over there. There's you got to, number one, you got to follow the money, and you got to figure out, okay, what is the motivation? What's motivating the parties involved? And what's it doing? We just 40 billion, 20 billion ends homelessness in this country. Would you rather send a bunch of javelins and whatever the fuck else they call these stupid, they've already sent those, I can't even remember the number on them, the stupid, they're a tank that's got all the missiles on them that can shoot basically, they're going to be able to fire those missiles into Russia. They're already there. You don't even know what's going over there. Nobody does. There's flights going there's flights going on over there constantly. We're sending humanitarian aid. We can't feed our own people. We can't feed our own infants in this country, people. We can't feed our own infants. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? How stupid are we? All you voters out there with your little stickers on. Man, this is a wake-up call. And you better listen to it. You better hear what I'm saying. Because without all of us getting out in front of this thing, and it's already way past us, we gotta take some serious leaps here. And we got to set this racial nonsense and bullshit aside. Either we're Americans or we're not. And if we're not, and we're going to play this race shit, then we might as well just say, fuck it right now and let the oligarchs have it. Choice is yours. Always has been. What are you going to do with it? Just sit back. Just take it. Sit back. Take it. Just keep pumping that card in. Running your credit card debt up. That's what they want you to do. What happens when the credit card companies recall all that debt? Do you know how quickly they look up the percentage rates as far as credit card debt has gone in the last number of months since the new year? Look it up. It went from like 4% in January up to like 22% in February. That's revolving. That's credit card debt. I don't even know what it is since then. They don't ever put out legit numbers. Whatever number they put out is always skewed one way or another because you can't ever get a straight answer out of these fuckers. And that's what they are. These assholes that are in power are just a bunch of pieces of shit. They're skiving, dirty, rotten. They're grifters. They've found their little hustle and they're taking us all to town. And it's all because of Money. Can you spell that? Money. And it's worth nothing. It's fiat currency. It's not worth a damn thing. It's just junk. It's garbage. I honestly don't even know what to say because I'm just so perturbed with this whole thing right now. It's just, it's the lunacy behind it and how idiotic we all are. I'll tell you what, my challenge to you is to awaken. Don't be fucking woke. Wake up. Wake up and see what's happening. Wake up and see what's going on. Wake up and go talk to your brother and sister next door. Wake up and go shake the hands with people that you don't know. Wake up and help somebody. Wake up and help yourself. Wake up and quit playing this stupid racial bullshit. It's garbage. As far as I'm concerned, you're in this country, you're an American. Period. You're a human being. Regardless of where you live, you're a human being. There's not a single one of us that made a decision on where we were going to be born. Did you make that decision in your mother's womb? Did you say, oh, did you will it? I just want to be an American so I can sing with Lee Greenwood. Proud to be an American. You know you didn't. You got pumped out right here on this continent. Lucky you. Lucky me. I didn't have anything to do with it. And I'm not proud of it. I love this country. I love the people in this country. I do not have a damn bit of, I got no love for the government. I can tell you that much right now. None. Absolutely none. State, local, federal, none of it. They took years from my life for being in the wrong place at the right time. You know, that's what they told me. You're in the wrong place at the right time. We're still going for a conviction. I was sitting there going, what? They knew. They knew I didn't do anything. They knew I had nothing to do with that bullshit. Guess what? I got a ride on Con Air and got to, but hey, you know what? I met some really fucking, some really good fucking people out of that whole thing. It was the worst thing I ever went through in my life, but, it is what it is. Sometimes we have to go through those things. I made a bad decision on who I trusted, What are you going to do? You go do your time, I guess. But it's getting down to the point where the doing time thing, it's gonna turn ugly here, folks. It really is. Because people are running out of dough, people are running out of money, people are running out of everything, food. When we can't feed our children and we're sending $40 billion worth of bullshit, 20 of it, listen right here, 19.7 billion is going straight to the Department of Defense, okay? I read these numbers to you. Look it up. It's out there for you. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and go through it. I can account for all 40 billion of it, and 6 of it goes to the Ukrainian people for what they're calling humanitarian aid. How many Ukrainian people are going to see that dough? Nah. It's going to be Zelensky and his goons are going to gobble that up. It's going to go to all the oligarchs over there. A lot of them have ran away from there, and they're hiding out elsewhere. We just couldn't deal without being at war, could we? Well, here we are. What do we do about it? I have plans on what I'm going to do about it, and it doesn't involve anything goofy. But you know what? I mean, part of it is putting this podcast out, and I don't care if I only have 3.2 viewers. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep saying what I got to say, and I don't care. I don't care if anybody listens to it or not. Because at some point, somebody's going to stumble on it. If it changes one person's perception, if it makes one person actually open their eyes and think about something, then I consider it a success. I don't care if I make penny one off of it. I didn't get into doing this to make any money. Now it would be nice to make some money on doing this because I've put a lot into it, but you know what? I don't really care because that's not my motivation. My motivation is for you. And you, and you, and you. And all of us, the entire us. And I'm not just talking about in this country. I'm not talking about nationalism. I'm talking about everybody on this rock. There's no reason for anybody to be getting blown up. There's no reason for people to be losing their lives. Life it's quick enough as it is. There are too many things that take us out anyways. I mean, look at how many people trip and fall and break their neck or fall out of, whatever, fall off a turnip truck. I think we all fall off a turnip truck at this point in time. We've had to have fallen off a turn. We wanted the orange man so bad out of there that we voted for, I shouldn't say we, because I sure as hell didn't vote. I would encourage all of you not to. Why? Why? What purpose does it serve? You're going to get the same thing. It doesn't matter who runs in 24. Do you think that this is really going to be fixable? This is not fixable without certain things. I mean, this is going to take a complete paradigm thought shift to change this, to bring it back around. Because there's no way we're out of this. There's no way we get out. We cannot make up more money. All we're going to do is make up more money, make up more fiat currency, and just keep debt. I mean, you start playing musical chairs and duck, duck, goose. I mean, we're getting down to like one chair left. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else is left standing there holding the bag. I say throw the bag away because it's not worth shit. And you look at the leaders that have decided to go off of the petrodollar and decided to try and form their own currency. We've got to get away from this idea of this money. We have to. There's no reason why 1% of the people should have everything. The middle class is basically eroded to nothing. I mean, we're all pretty much living in poverty. And those who aren't are taking advantage of it. And there's plenty of them. I see those guys, these investment idiots on, and that's all they want to do is take advantage of the discomfort and the misfortune of others. That's a real great way to live. Greedy motherfuckers. There's enough for all of us. And we all know what to do. You know what to do. I know what to do. We all know what to do. We don't need them telling us. I mean, without these idiots that you all elected, would we be in this situation right now? Would we have big ass cargo containers sitting there, anchored off the coast? No, we wouldn't, because guess what? We probably would have never outsourced all of our, everything we produce. We probably wouldn't have outsourced it to, foreign countries. It's money. Why did that happen? How many people lost jobs? And who wants a fucking job anyways? We have the technology. We have the computers. We have the technology to do everything for us. Minus a few things. I mean, minus like somebody that like myself that can make, like custom built furniture and shit like that. I mean, why not take advantage of it? Well, because you have the mentality, we go to work, go to college, get yourself a couple $100,000 in debt, go get a job you hate, marry somebody that's going to cheat on you, have kids that are going to hate you, drive around in a minivan, work countless hours, be miserable, and get your vacation every year when you go and you sit there with your overweight ass because you've been stuck in a cubicle. You drink some coconut shell drinks, and you're back on a plane, and boom, Groundhog Day. Like Les Claypool says, the funny thing is about the weekend when you're unemployed, they don't mean quite so much. I mean, that's what everybody's doing. It's Friday, right? TGIF. Who cares? I didn't even know what day it was until just now. That's where I'm at with it. Who cares? It's just a day. Sun goes up, sun goes down. Sun goes up, sun goes down. Rains, snows, sunny, whatever. It's hump day. It's Thursday. It's amateur night. We go get $2 pitchers at the Silver Dollar Bar. Get all corned up. Get all stupid and be somebody. Maybe get in a fight. Maybe end up in jail. Yeah. Whee. Good times. I don't know, folks. I mean, really. I mean, anybody out there that's got a brain anywhere in the general vicinity of their body, you might want to tap into that thing. you might want to think about these things. And you might want to step back and take a serious look at what's going on and what in the fuck it is you're doing, because you are not here very long. Think about those people that got shot in Buffalo and killed. I've said this over and over. You never know when you're going to be in Walmart checking the price of a gallon of milk and some crazy man's going to come in there and start unloading. And you're going to be sitting there looking at the fucking date on that thing and whack. You catch a hot one right in the back of the head. And guess what? Lights out. It's over. It could happen to any of us any day. Some crazy idiot going down the road the wrong way, smash his head on it. I mean, we've seen it. Everybody's seen it. You know, it's a fleeting glimpse is all this is. And if there's anything we're here to do, I think we're here to learn a lesson and we're here to get something right. So it's about time we started getting it right, because we got it all wrong right now. And I can assure you of that. Anybody out there, you think we got it right? Come at me, bro. Show me. Tell me. Explain to me how we got this right, because we don't have a damn thing right at all. There's nothing right. We've allowed evil to come in. We've allowed, this nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. And if I speak harshly and if I speak strongly about these things, it's because, you know what, it's time to do so. It's not out of, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate Joe Biden. I think he's an old racist. Part of me, feels bad for the old man, the dude should be just sitting there eating his corn pops or whatever and ice cream and, watching Andy Griffith fucking reruns or whatever, He's just a puppet. And I don't know what the motivation is of these people that want to perpetuate this. What's up with these people that just got to get more and more and more? We're all going to die. You're going to die. I'm going to die. All of us. That's the main thing we have in common. The other thing we have in common is that we're all here on this rock at this point in time. We should be celebrating the fact that we're here. People should be having a good time. People should be fulfilled. People should be enjoying what this life has to offer, because it's not forever. You want to be greedy, try and just hoard up everything that you can? Be my guest, man. It's a pretty sad way to live, because when you go out, and you spent your whole life doing that, hoarding shit, screwing people over, being a dick, putting people out of their homes, and generally just being a selfish, unkind individual, well, you're going to be doomed to repeat it. I can tell you that much for sure. I would like to do my best to get it right, I care about all you out there. And for real, I do. Regardless. I'm not the one to call it whether there's redemption for everybody or not. I'd like to think that there is, but I don't know. But we got to do something to change this, And I'm starting to make moves. I know a lot of other people that are looking at it too. One of the things that you can do if you're sick and tired of this bullshit is join the People's Party. All right, you can get online. You can just Google it up. Okay, the guy that runs that, his name is Nick Brana. You got a lot of good people that are involved in that. First, to me, that's the first thing we need to do. We got to have a third party. We got to get these people away, and we got to rehaul this thing. It's got to be done, because this is what Franklin say. He asked, was asked, what did you give us? He said, well, a republic, if you can keep it. We obviously. We dropped the ball on that one big time, didn't we? We're eating poison. If we can find food, people are going to start starving, folks. They already are. And if you live in a city, you understand the ramifications of that. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Especially if not if, but when the grid goes down and everything. These are perilous times, and I'm not trying to put panic into anybody. We're on the precipice, so it's like, are we going to fall off the ledge, or are we going to keep climbing? I'm going to try and keep climbing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to try and do. And I encourage you all to do the same, but you can't just sit back and just be complacent and just let this nonsense go on. It's got to stop. And it needs to stop right now. The killing needs to stop. The racism needs to stop. The greed needs to stop. All these assholes running Wall Street and everybody else. These idiots are so far from themselves, they don't even have a clue. It's got to stop. There's enough for all of us. And it might take a little hard work to figure that out. I would encourage you guys, anybody that has half an inclination that's even listened to a word that I've had to say, I would get on YouTube or get on your interweb while you still have it and check out the Venus Project. Look up Jacques Fresco. Listen to what the man has to say. I've been saying this. I think you'll do yourself a favor, and it might make you go, oh. I think the man was about as close to having it figured out as anybody I've heard in my entire life. And I've spent a lot of time studying, I've read more books than, I'm not going to sit here and say, I don't know how many books you've read, but trust me, I've read you fill this room up with them. It doesn't mean a thing. But out of everything that I've read, everything I've seen, everybody I've listened to, and that man, this dude's like, it's too bad he passed away. I don't know how he was damn near 100 years old, I think, when he passed away. But man, he still lives on. So check it out, the Venus Project. Honestly, yeah, show me something that's a better idea than that, because this ain't working. If you can sit here and tell me that this is working, then I'm gonna have to call you an idiot. Sorry, this is not working. Sorry, not sorry. Anyways, I don't mean to be a jerk about it, but this is honestly not working. If anybody thinks that what they're seeing right now is working, then I don't know. I got a yellow snow cone for you. Not all I can say. With that in mind, be good or be good at it. In all things, be kind. And do your best to do no harm. And know that I'm not trying to do anybody any harm either. I've got I want to see the best for everybody. And that's the whole intention of this podcast. That's the whole idea behind it, is to, to try and do something to help everybody. Provide some kind of a platform or whatever, place where people can have discussions and figure this thing out, because we got a lot to figure out. Otherwise, we're not going to have much to figure out, because we're going to blow the whole damn planet up. That'd be good, huh? Anyways, all right. Much love to y'all. All the folks that were here in the studio this week that visited, Summer that came on last night. Appreciate you guys. I hope everybody made it home safe and sound and well. And I look forward to the next time. And same with anybody else. Everybody's welcome here. You just got to do your best to get a hold of me. So on that note, I'm going to take you out with the new Tom McDonald, and it's called The System. And check out the music video. Actually, maybe I'll just I'll just play the song. Anyway, this is Tom McDonald with his new release from last week called The System. I think he probably came out with something new today. I just haven't had a chance to look at it yet. So, all right. Much love, y'all.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome, so for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life, and let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.